Born in England in the days leading up to World War II, Patricia Paddy Rossbach lost her lower left leg at age 6 after being struck by a military truck. This life event has been the fuel for many of Paddy's great accomplishments. Before coming to the United States in 1966, Paddy trained as a nurse and midwife in England and began counseling young amputees. After arriving in New York City, she worked at numerous hospitals and studied the effects of an aggressive aerobic conditioning program on the endurance of amputees. In 1984, she became the first female amputee to complete a marathon and ran 4 more in New York City and 1 in London. Her best time was 4 hours and 32 minutes at the age of 60. That same year, she co-founded Aspire, a nonprofit organization that promotes physical activity and sports for amputees of all ages. She also started the first support group and peer visitation program for amputees in New York City. In 1998, Paddy was commissioned by the Landmine Survivors Network to prepare a report on the prosthetic and rehabilitation centers in the Kingdom of Jordan. She was brought on as a consultant for the network in 2000 and traveled the world conducting programs for survivors and their medical personnel. In the 1990s, Paddy became involved with the Amputee Coalition of America. She served on the organization's board of directors and its chair in the late 1990s. In 2002, she was named president and CEO. For her accomplishments, we are proud to induct Paddy Rossbach into the Athletes with Disabilities Hall of Fame.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm thrilled and honored to be here tonight to receive this prestigious Lifetime Achievement Award. And first, I would like to thank the Board of Athletes with Disabilities Network for honoring me in this way. Of course, I couldn't have done any of this on my own, but if I were to thank everyone who helped me, you would be here all night. So I'll just mention a few. My parents, who instilled a spirit of independence in me and let me know I could do anything I wanted. David Balsley, a physical therapist and athletic trainer, who co-founded Aspire with me and also trained me and ran with me in all my marathons. Eric Schaefer, my prosthetist, who continues to make me the most comfortable legs. All the staff at the Amputee Coalition. I could never thank them enough. They made me look good. And last, my husband, who for 40 years has put up with this stubborn, often aggressive, frequently bad-tempered when I can't do something I want to do, woman with patience and understanding. But above all, the hundreds of people living with the loss of a limb all over the world who I worked with, listened to, and was inspired by. Many were small children when I first knew them and are now working, married, and have children of their own. I've always been very goal-oriented. I tell people that I learned to ski in my 20s, scuba dive in my 30s, that's where I met my husband, started running marathons in my 40s, took up horseback riding in my 50s, learnt to rollerblade in my 60s, went paragliding at 65, did the high ropes course at the Amputee Coalition Youth Camp when I was 70. That was the scariest because I don't really like heights. And for my 75th birthday, I bought a second horse and I hope to compete on her next year. As Diane Nayad said when she completed that epic swim, don't ever give up, and you're never too old to achieve your dreams. Thank you again for this great honor.